I think the strong implication is that the city is not subject to the HRC's jurisdiction.
Thanks, Sharice. Pete, so I'm a little confused. So did the HRC pass a resolution that offered two solutions to the problem?
Yep.
Okay.
We basically said, you need to fix this in one of these two ways. So we resolved that you fix this, please. But we did not come up with a direct recommendation to fix it one way or the other.
Are you aware that we were only presented with one of those options?
Yes. So
okay.
I understand that staff so were you all not, you all haven't seen the resolution that we passed because our minutes haven't come out yet.
It was not included with our package.
So
that's why I'm...
If you like, I can quickly go over the highlights of if you really want to be included.
On this, that clearly, you've made it clear we were given two options and we're only being told we have one option by staff to consider. So, you know, I don't even see what the point of debating this is tonight, because that's a pretty important piece of consideration for me personally.
Carol.
Well, I mean, you clearly have two options. We're recommending one of them, and we're recommending it because the alternative would be to as I said, have a, in order to effectuate having the city subject to these processes of the HRC, you have to have a completely independent HRC, and you do not. So given the existing circumstances, in my mind, there's only really one option.
Jared.
So, I mean, my only response, Carol, is that, you know, I guess when we were talking about this over the weekend, it hadn't even crossed my mind that the HRC had proposed the alternative option, the resolution, or we would have been having a completely different conversation. And I think it would be highly unethical for the city staff to decide how the city gets to be held accountable by the HRO ordinance. Like, you know, yes, you're providing us your recommendation on which one of the two options that the HRC sent forward, but their intention was not that the city staff would go ahead and, you know, cut one of them off and present one to the city. They wanted the city council to decide which one of the ones we wanted, because we're the voice of the people who we represent in our wards, not the city. And the people who we represent need to be able to know what the other option was. It needs to come up for discussion. So there's like, I just can't see how that, you know, it's irrelevant that we consider it because city staff thinks that it's irrelevant that we consider it.
I didn't say that it was irrelevant. I'm saying that under the circumstances, which is that we do not have a fully separately funded HRC, you would have to completely create an independent body, including independent staff and independent counsel.
Well, and that's a discussion that we need to have then, not that one that you get to decide we don't even deserve to have because you've already decided it's not worth having.